I guess. Page 32, the dentist. At the top of the page, they're talking about chord inversions. That's just a big fancy word that means turn the chord over or rearrange the notes. Let's take a C chord. Now that's the one they're using. They call it root position. When the notes in the chord are a note apart, that is, there's a note in between, it's said to be in root position. When it's in root position, the bottom note of the chord identifies the chord, or starts the identification. There's more to it than that, but let's keep it simple, okay? It identifies the chord. So this chord is a C chord. Could say it's a C major chord, but if I don't put in the word major, it's implied. It's not a C minor chord. It's C. C chord is a C major chord. As long as I use these notes, a C, an E, and a G, it's going to be a C chord. And I can put these notes anywhere on the keyboard I want. It's still a C chord. But what they're talking about here is first and second inversions. Invert it means to turn it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the C and I'm going to put it on top. Leave the other two where they are. So it's here. It's still a C chord, but it's first inversion now. I know it's not in root position because there's two notes here, and there can only be one note between each note in the chord for root position. So that's first inversion. Then if I turn it over again, I get second inversion. So that's the E, put it on the bottom, or it was on the bottom, put it on the top here, and that's second inversion. Again, I know it's not root position because there's two notes here. So it's got to be an inversion of some kind, and then I have to calculate it, which inversion it is. And that's it, because you need to learn to identify them. You're going to see them a lot in music. It just makes playing the music so much easier if you can understand that chords are not always looking like that. So in this piece, in the left hand, that's where the chords are. It starts out, we have a C chord in root position, then they turn it over one time, first inversion, and then they turn it over again, second inversion. Well, if I recognize that, I can glance at it and I can, oh, I'm inverting it, I'm just turning it over. It makes it easier because then I don't have to read all those notes. Ugh. The trick is, get all the notes down at the same time. And again, you're just putting your hand in that position you need to be in, and you're just dropping the hand. And that's the inversions. Big deal. All the chords work the same way. Now you can invert them all. We'll do more inversions as time goes on. Now we did the C chord. They're also showing the G chord. They're in the third line here. Put the G on top, and then put the B on top. They're all G chords. It's just inversions of it. That's fine. Now at the top of this piece, it's the box marcato means, and you go look it up and find out what marcato means. Marcato means marked. It means it's a heavy accent. It's the little caret thing, the upwards arrow little. I'm confused by their introducing marcato here, because the marcato sign that I was taught is that little caret, that little upwards arrow thing. It's a heavy accent. It's a marked accent. Marcato is marked. It's boom. It's there. It's not a bang. It's just a boom. But I don't see any notes in this piece with those little arrows on it. So I'm guessing what they're after for the marcato would be the chords, because they have the chords are loud. Those marcato, and then in the third measure over, it's medium soft. And then the chords again, I'm guessing those are, they want marcato. I would be more comfortable with it though if they would have put one of those little arrows above each chord. Let's try this out slowly. There's not a lot to it. The hands are going to move around. I don't feel I really need to point all this stuff out. I think you can handle it. It does have a DC affine at the bottom, which means we're going to go back to the beginning and go to fine. And fine is at the end of the second line. And once again, they don't put an end of piece symbol there. They just put double bar lines, but don't go there. So here we go. Your hands will move around. I said that already. Never mind. Left hand starts here. Right hand is here. It wouldn't hurt you to go ahead and have your right hand in place where it goes. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. To the top.